Hi, you guys. I'm starting a little early. I'm all ready and I was sitting here. So we are, let's see, we are live. I believe we're live. How's the sound? I know the lighting is weird. I've got to figure out the lighting and this camera. Kindness rocks. So I'm going to tell some stories and I'm going to show you some rocks. And when I went on a 6-week Vanny B trip after I sold my house, after I helped my daughter move and get settled. Hey, Crystal, honey. Hey, Las Vegas. So on that trip, something propelled me to start painting rocks. And okay, good. I'm so glad. I gave rocks out to people. I left some behind on trails, and I didn't do it since I've been in Sedona. I made so many people happy. I was at one RV park in the Redwoods, and it was so charming, and I loved it so much. And I painted a rock for each of the people who worked there, and they were moved and they were happy. And then I put these rocks in a drawer. They've been sitting in one of my drawers, and there's something really special there's a bunch of special things in here that I want to talk about. But literally, it spreads kindness and it makes people know that you care. And I just have been having so many beautiful kindness moments out and about in Sedona that I was like, wait a minute, I got to go out with doobie rocks in my pocket. So I went to the other day, I was like, should I hike? No. Should I hike? No. And then all of a sudden I got the words Boynton in my head and I was like, I'm going to Boynton. And I asked the pendulum, should I go to Boynton? And it said, yes, Boynton Vista is a magical vortex in Sedona. And it's all about the divine feminine, the divine masculine. And once in a while, if you're lucky, you will meet Robert there. And Robert is a man who is 74. He's fit, he's tan, he is all over the mountains in Sedona, and once in a while you run into him, which I did about 4 years ago when I first got to Sedona, one of my weekend or the month trip where I was like, oh my gosh, Sedona. And it's when Sedona grabbed me, and I ran into Robert and he gave me this. This is a Sedona rock that he clipped into the shape of a heart. Robert just told me the other day at Boynton when I ran into him that he has given out 250,000 rocks. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa Marie. So this is energetically healing. He puts Reiki into it. He says it can heal you when you hold it. And there was a point where I thought I lost my heart and I thought someone took my heart and I found my heart. So this is really, really special to me. And I realized that I had been doing the same thing with the doobie rocks when I was traveling. So I was at Boynton and I hear the flute. He plays his flute at the top of one of the peaks. He climbs up there and he plays his flute and he's sending healing energy to the world, to the universe and beyond. And he comes down and he's like, nice to see you again, because I've seen him a number of times. The last time I saw him, he said, Sedona told me not to do them anymore. And I was like, okay. He goes, which is funny because maybe 10 years ago, Sedona told him to do it. But he said the contract is up and he's done doing that. So he doesn't snip them. He snips them with a cutter and he doesn't do it anymore. But each time I've seen him, I have seen people, Robert, I have a heart. Oh my gosh, I have a heart. So there was this woman, Kristen, who was Krista or Kristen, either way, she was talking to him and asking him questions, and I videotaped him with his answers, and he was magical. And I need to post the reels here because they're just really special. He's mythical. He's follows his intuition. I realized afterwards, I was like, I feel very simpatico with Robert. He is all about kindness. So the next day I got a hit. I was like, should I go for a hike? No. Should I go for a hike? No. I kept asking Pendy, my pendulum. And then all of a sudden I heard Yavapai. And then I asked the Pendy, should I go to Yavapai Trail? And it was like, yes. So I ran out of the house, and I had been thinking, oh, I should put doobie rocks in my pocket, but I forgot. And I get to the trailhead, and there was Kristen. And she was like, I recognize you from yesterday. I'm like, of all the hikes in Sedona, we happen to be on the same one. And she said, we rock. And we high-fived. She said, we rock. And I was like, I forgot my rocks. Please find me on Instagram. I want to send you one of my rocks. So I didn't get to give her a rock, but after the hike, I went back to my van, and this woman knocks on the passenger side window, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Do you need me to pull out? I thought maybe she couldn't pull out till I pulled out. And she said, no, I've noticed water under your van. So I get out of the van, and she and her husband are there in their 70s, probably same age as Robert, 74, I think they said. And John climbs under my van to look at where the water's coming from, and he's touching it and smelling it. And I was like, wow, that could be the black tank, the gray tank, or the fit tank. He's like, well, it's not gas, and I think it's just water, but you have a leak. And he's under there taking pictures, and they're spending time. And she was so nice, Candy and John. So I was like, oh my gosh, can I take you to dinner or lunch? And they're like, we're headed out of town. They live in Wisconsin. And they're like, we just have to take care of our own. We have to take care of our people, because they saw I'm a woman alone in a van. And she's like, you're so brave. You do it alone. I was like, I do. And so I realized, oh yeah, I had a Daisy doobie rock in. It was actually more elaborate than this. I keep it on my dashboard. I put museum putty on the bottom, and I stand it up so I can see it all the time. I drew mostly Daisy doobies. She's the traveler. Daisy's the traveler. She's my Sagittarius 9th house north node. She's the one who overcomes her fear through her excitement. And off she goes to travel the doobie universe and see all of her doobie friends. So there was one on my dashboard, and I handed it to her, and she told me a story how she helped save somebody was lost. Somebody from Australia was lost on a hike. This guy Harry kept yelling, Ron, Ron, and finally she and her husband found Ron, and they gave her and her husband, I think, 2 animals made out of felt, and she calls one Harry and she calls one Ron. And he had gotten lost on a trail, and they found him. So now she has a Doobie Universe rock, and it felt so good. So I decided I was like, I have to have rocks in my van. So when I go on a trailhead, I take 1 or 2 in my pocket. Maybe you want to leave one behind. In Sedona, you don't really want to leave human things behind, but I don't know that anyone wouldn't be extremely happy to find this. One time on my trip, some of you may remember, I did a lot of videos on Instagram at the time, and I was on this beautiful trailhead that I had been to like 6 times. It was in Trinidad, and I just loved it. It was overlooking the ocean. It was magical. And at the end of the hike, something made me turn around, and something said, go to the bench. See whose names are on the bench, because all the benches had dedications. I was like, okay, I'll go see who's. I heard a voice or a notion to go back to the bench. So I circled back. I went to the bench, and on the bench there was a little pink hand-blown vase with some little flowers in it, and it says, "This is for you," on a little sign on a toothpick. It was about that big. And I was like, oh my God, someone left something for me. So I left the sign. I took the vase and the flowers, it's on my dashboard in my van, and I left one of these rocks with the little sign, "This is for you." Those kind of things just make your day. They make your day. You're like, oh, a gift from the universe, a gift from somebody kind. So they are called kindness rocks. It is a movement that I did not know of before I started painting the rocks. And people write love and freedom and blessings, and they write words, they write hearts. Some people do really intricate animals on a rock. I did doobies. And yeah, so all along up the coast of California, I would stop at the beach, and I would stop places in rivers, and I would collect these flat rocks. Some of them I did were so tiny that they couldn't be called kindness rocks. It's a kindness pebble. It's a doobie pebble. I gave most of them away. It's amazing that I even have any. My friend Rhett needed love in his life, so I made him one of these. This is a replica. That's Rosie and Thorn. And I just think that they're so much fun to do. If you can find flat pebbles, that's great. If it's going to be rough, it's going to be hard to do. I was thinking, because so many Sedona rocks are, in fact, bumpy, it would be so cool if I had my jewelry. I used to have a machine that allowed me to sand and smooth. It was like 5 wheels in a row. You used it with water and you could smooth out any stone. So I was like, that would be really cool to have one of those. I just gathered some Sedona rocks. They're bumpy. They're too bumpy to paint on, but I'm going to figure out a way to smooth them down so I can paint on them and leave Sedona rocks with the doobies that will probably be Sedona plants like prickly pear cactus and manzanita and juniper and agave. And so that's probably what I'm going to do. He used a clipper to clip these. That would be fun. But in any case, I have the pebbles and rocks from my travels. I gave my friend Ian. I collected smooth sticks. He wanted to make a chime. I had a big bunch of those. Those would be kind of cool to paint. This is a piece of wood that got smoothed, kind of like sea glass gets smoothed. So a doobie could be on one of these. I painted pink on one of the sticks. I said take the sticks or they're going to end up having glitter and doobies all over them. And he wanted a natural chime. So he was happy. But I do have some. I kept some little ones to paint on. So some of them I would paint all over. When I started, I really just did the front. Oh, this one has 2. That's funny. She's got Mod Podge glitter Mod Podge on her. I like to seal them. So really what you're supposed to do is paint the whole rock, which I don't always like to cover up the rock. Like Daisy has some of the rock. You can see the natural rock. I kind of prefer that. And I do a base coat. Then I draw the doobie and I fill it in. And then I always seal it with like a Mod Podge, or you can use a matte medium from Golden. And they just make you happy. My daughter asked me to paint some with the word mom. So she has a mom. I sent her mom. So that's what is going on here. So we're going to paint one. We don't have to do this one has, so on the back I would write which river I got them from to note my travels. You love my rocks. Thank you, Lisa Marie. So what I do is use acrylic paint. You can also use an acrylic marker. I have Artex markers. These. I haven't used these because these were new after my trip, but I'm pretty sure these will work. We can try one. Do a pretty blue background or a peach background or a pink background. Let's see how they do. I'm going to put glasses on. So Robert is mythical, and I am going to, every time I go on a hike, I'm going to have a stone in my pocket, a rock in my pocket, in case this looks similar. I must have done this with this. It's exactly the same color. That's crazy. So what I'll want to do is get a notebook to put these on. I'm going to move these away. We will pick a rock to paint. This is like a Sedona color. This is Venetian red acrylic. I remember that color because I'm working with that color now in my paintings. I also want to say that if you don't have, I think you can order rocks online, flat pebbles. This is the Redwoods on River Trail. I got this. What you can do is maybe you want to get little clay board pieces, and you can do little you can buy these. They're so cute. Here's a blank one. I don't know if you could see it. Can you see it? Weird. Too close. I don't know, this lighting's too bright maybe. Oh, I'm trying to see it through my glasses. Here we go. Well, in any case, these are cute little clay boards. That would be a cute thing to hand out too. But the rocks are something special. I do recommend do not go too tiny because it's a little maddening. Let's pick, this is River Trail, such a light rock. Okay, we'll pick one of these and this one. And you paint it, you paint the base coat. And, yeah, I left the backs of these the way they were, and I kind of like the natural. Some people like them painted all the way around. So I will take a, I am kind of curious if these are going to, I want to see, I actually want to see how this will work on here. It has to be shaken more. So you guys coloring? Ah! Are you coloring with me? I can't believe I don't have a pad of paper handy, do I? Yes, I do. Okay. You can draw out what you're going to draw first. You can just do the word love. You don't have to. This looks translucent. I'm wondering why. Some acrylic markers are more translucent than others. Some just need to be shaken and stirred. It's getting a little more opaque. So we're just going to have some time. You guys color what you color. My friend Jamal has been here painting a painting, and he needed guidance and materials, and he's doing a beautiful painting, and he's like, we should have a meetup where people come here and they color and draw and just like commune. And I was like, I've been thinking about that actually, to do that. Yeah, these need to be shaken more. Let's shake, shake, shake. Oh, you're hi, Peace Train. You're coloring and doodling. Yay, it's color and doodle time. That's why I'm doing this, you guys. It's not getting a lot of views and a lot of traction, but I know those of you who have been showing up have enjoyed it, and that's what's important to me, provided I don't have too much technical difficulty, which I hadn't done tonight. And I set it up, and I left my phone there for 3 hours. I went on a little walk without my phone because it was all set up, and I didn't want to mess with it. This would need 2 coats. If you use regular acrylic, you just get 1 coat. And you're laying down watching your iPhone. That's perfectly fine. We're having a little get together, like if you guys were here. It's beautiful out here. It's been like 70 something. I looked at the weather. I like to look just to see what's up. And it's going to be like 80 something next Friday, like 87. So it's incrementally rising. All right, we're going to let this dry and do another coat. But let's draw something. I better work on paper. Which pen? So I like to use a fine. That one's not fine. If you're using a big rock, just adjust accordingly. I'm using my Molotov extra fine. And look, I can even trace the rock and see what to do there if I wanted to. That's like a lot of planning that I would never normally do. But should we do, well, this looks like a Daisy Doobie rock. Certainly looks daisy. She flies through the air on her magic carpet leaf with her friend the banana slug. I make them too detailed and then it's tricky. You're really better off with like a word, but I'm gonna do it. You're in Tucson on vacation. It's been beautiful there, I'm sure. It's warm and sunny. From where, Lisa Marie? That's going to be... There's not a lot of room on this rock, but we're going to do it anyway. Can you see? Ah. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be kind. So kindness rocks. Like literally kindness. Kindness rocks. It's a double entendre. Because when I went to Boynton, I was making a live just saying, you guys, it's so beautiful out. I want to share this. And these people saw me with my phone and they must have thought I was trying to take a picture of myself. This has to dry. And they were like, can we take a picture for you? And I was like, sure, of course. I'm like, if I can take a picture of you guys, it was a couple. And I was like, thanks for being so nice. Like, I love niceness. I love people who are ready to just meet someone and have eyeball to eyeball connection and just be kind. And they're like, we feel the same way. And it was so cute. So every time I've stepped out, I'm in the studio. And when I step out with the intention to see people, because otherwise I'm just all the time artist in the house, solo in the studio. And I've been having the most lovely interactions with humans, complete with John and Candy and John going underneath my van. Boulder, Colorado. I love, oh, that's where you're living. It's cold. It's dry and cold. It's been dry here. I've been having a terrible time with allergies, although last night when I removed my air filter, I put it in the studio and I didn't put it back. I had no allergy symptoms. So I'm thinking maybe the filter was too close to my bed. I don't know. This is going to have to dry, so we might need to do something else in the meantime. But she's going to be really cute. Oh, let's do this one. I think we're going to need to do prickly pear on her because she looks so Sedona. Not a lot of room on here. Every time I do this, I'm like, why can't I be normal and just do a word? Because I can't. Oh, she's cute. And sometimes I put a little heart. This blue color is one of my favorite colors. That's the color. I'm going to put blue in the sky for her. So it will go like this. If I don't go close to the black marker, I'll be fine. If I touch the black marker, it's going to smear. I wonder if I have this color in a bigger one. I think I do. So these are Posca markers. An evil rock. If someone's not nice to me, it's funny. Can you imagine? They get like a bad word or like a mean character. That's funny. I'm calling in only niceness. But yeah, that's a good one just to have, just in case. That's so funny. Well, I could have my acrylic markers in the car. You could always do it right on their vehicle. That's naughty. Yeah, the blue just pops everything. To balance out, we got to do, I think there's just enough darkness. I don't think anybody needs that. So much. You know my theory, you guys. Love wins. My grandma Joy and I used to paint rocks when I was growing up in upstate New York. Thank you for bringing such sweet memories to my heart. Oh, what was your grandma's name? Mine was Sylvia, and she loved when I drew frogs and turtles. She used to call me Frog because I used to sit on the ground with my legs splayed out in a way that most humans can't. And she was like, "You're like a frog." And so we had a frog turtle connection, she and I. Herbie is butterflies. My mom is bumblebee. All right, we got to start there. I could do. Does she want grass under her or like a Sedona red rock? That is really sweet. I just love that. Yeah, the Sedona land is kind of like pinky. It's such a pretty pinky red color. I can show you guys what I've been working on. It's such Sedona moments because I told you the story about the chocolate. I don't know if I told that on Instagram or here. Jeffrey Botticelli, a friend of mine from the raw food days, 2005, 6, 7. Jada was 5. He was in my not my house kitchen, but a house I was renting in Venice on Sunset from Caesar. And I had this kitchen, and Jeffrey was in it making chocolate. And I think in 2007, he called me and he said, "I'm going to Sedona." I'm like, "Sedona?" "And I'm going to make chocolate at Chocolatry." And I was like, "Really? Okay." Years later, I never knew what Chocolatry was until I got here in, 2020 or 21, around then. And, oh, the best chocolate. And he had this whole room in the back, and he was doing it for 16 years, you guys. And one day, he announced he was no longer going to be there. And I was like, "Oh my God, no more chocolate." He was going to shoe horses. And I was like, "No more chocolate. I need to buy like a lot." And I bought a lot. And I put it in my refrigerator until there was 1 month that I Airbnb'd the house. So I put it in my freezer you're not supposed to do that. But I put it in my freezer, bags of it, little brown bags of chocolate. And I found it about a month ago, and I was sharing it, and I was eating some, and I had my last chocolate. It was on a Sunday, last Sunday. I had my last chocolate, and I was feeling a little like, what am I doing here? And then my friend Sophie, who's 9 now, she messaged me. She and Daniel messaged me to come in. I went in. We took a fun walk to the farmer's market, and who do I see at the farmer's market? The day that I ate my last piece of chocolate, Jeffrey Botticelli. His company is called Fortina, Fortina. It's for his grandmother, Tina. And you can order the chocolate. He's making chocolate now. So now he's making me some with monk fruit. So I can have a little bit of cacao, but no sugar. I'm acquiescing to the cacao because I remember when I was my life was good when I was having tonics and chocolate. And even though chocolate's high in oxalates, like a little bit, for me is fine. And it's so heart opening and just makes me so happy. So, this is so adorable. Rocks with a salty doobie face. We definitely need to make a nasty one. There's some characters that I've been coming up with, like Oleander. Oh my God, it's from a Greek story, a Greek god story. And Oleander was trying to get to one of the gods, and he died on the way. Oh, it's this whole, I have to look up the story. I wrote it down. And Oleander is kind of toxic. It's a toxic plant. So we could do a little Ollie. All right, so she can have a nice brown face, but we got to give her a colored dress. So I'm feeling yellow. Joy. So we got my Sylvia. We got your Joy. Does anybody want to shout out their grandma? joy to the world. Or that song, Thanks for the Joy You've Given Me. Oh. Thanks for the joy. I can't think of the tune right now. Thanks for the joy we've given me. I want you to know I believe in your song. Rhythm and rhyme and harmony. Ooh, it just gave me chills. Mary. Oh yeah, I got a naughty character and I'm like, is he evil? And then I was like, no, doobies really can be evil. They're going to just be really misaligned. And Oleander's trouble. Mary. So we got Mary, Sylvia, and Joy. Mother Mary, comfort me. And Sylvia. I can't think of a song for Sylvia. Why does it say numbers next to your names? It says a crown and a number. I've never seen that. Marie and Mary for Grandma. Oh, we got Prickly Pear. She's so cute. She looks a little more painterly than my other ones because I had to go around the outline. I love her. And she'll get a nice shiny coat. She's going to get a nice shiny coat. Should we do a naughty doobie? I think Daisy's dry. We can color her in. We got this. Now we'll have some fresh rocks, but I really need to have smooth rocks. Like, I like finding them, but you're not finding smooth rocks in Sedona. This is my beloved Surf Paints pen. I don't know what to tell you about how great these acrylic markers are. And the reason you seal it because you want it to last, but surf paints are made for surfboards and they're going to last through the sun and the wind and the rain, the elements. So they're in Australia and I just love the company. Daisy's the traveler. She's like forever going to be on Kindness Rocks. Sylvia's Mother is a song by Dr. Hook. Thank you. I want to listen to that. It's hard to find the exact skin tone I want, but this is fine. Sometimes I don't have it handy. The one, I have so many. I can find something a little bit. I have so many. I've tested and tested and tested. Now I'm all up to doing big murals. So I'm going to do a big mural on that wall. I got my ViewSonic projector, which is too heavy to tilt down to do canvases and smaller paintings. So I had to order a different kind of projector for that. So I'm going to be set. I can show you guys. Because what happens is when I draw these small, I don't sketch, I don't erase, but the line of the marker, the width of it, and I'm telling you this because everybody works differently, and so you got to find your way that works for you. I cannot draw a very large doobie in pencil because the thinness of the line will dictate the smallness of the doobie. I can't, it will be just off. So I have to have a fat marker to do a big doobie. But when I go really big, I'm so close to the wall, I got to really work with my arm and I can't sense proportions. And to have to think about that while you're in the flow drawing, it made me realize that I need to use a projector because I'll have the exact proportions, they get blown up, and then I could do the big marker to trace it. It's just the way it has to be done. So I'm going to be doing murals in my house, and we'll see what happens. Maybe they're going to spread out into the world. I know I'll be doing canvases. I'll show you some ones that I worked on, and I like them, but I'm deciding whether I want to do, most likely I'm going to do clayboard like these. Oh, that's funny. This is Prickly Pear, and I've gotten better since I started doing these. That's Sedona and prickly pears. But doing it on Clayboard makes it smooth. It's almost as if I'm trying to mimic how graphic the doobies are when I draw them on paper or I draw them in my iPad. And when I do them on canvas, I'm fighting the texture of the canvas. Not to say that the one I did didn't come out charming. I'm going to show it to you, wherever it is, lurking around. It's actually for Jeffrey Botticelli. He has asked if I would paint a mural in his chocolate shop when he opens one in Sedona. And I said, of course, he's a mad doobie lover. Like, he wants to wear them on his apron. I love when grown men love the doobies. So I will be painting a mural at his place anyway. And so I did one on canvas and one on panel. I've been testing materials, width of markers, the whole thing. Just testing supplies, seeing what works. I struggled so much with the projector. It does the most bright. Lumens is a thing for projectors. Like, if you want to work in a bright room, which I do, like I just do, I don't want to shut the light to trace, then I had to get this projector that is what they call short view. So you can put it up pretty close to the wall and it's going to do a huge wall, like 105 inches. And you have to set it to the left so you're not in the shadow. And it looked so gorgeous when I put it on the wall. I was like, let me just hang the panel board that I want to paint for Jeffrey on the wall. But getting it, I was like, I'm right in the shot. I can't draw it because it was like this and the projector's like this. And then the painting was like this. I put it up on things or and then I hung it on the wall. But then I was in between the projector and the canvas and my shadow. I couldn't see the line. So you have to go to the left of where you are, then adjust the rectangle, which I know how to do. But then it had to be tilted down. It'd be above my head, tilted down, and this thing was too big and bulky, and I'm putting it on books and trying to tilt it down, and I'm like, this is not the right projector for that project. It's perfect for walls. I can do my entryway, my whole entryway in my house. I can do either side of the fireplace without putting the projector far back into the room. Like, I can do a lot of really cool things, but I cannot do little canvases on the desk or on the floor. So I decided to order a different one, a Nebula 3 laser. It's the size of a soda can. It's going to go on my really good tripod, and I'll be able to blow up the doobies on something on the... I love to work on the floor or on the table standing. Don't know where I'm going with all this, but it's just I'm following the word, the calling, which the doobies kept saying, I want to be bigger. Go big. So that's what I'm doing. I'm heeding the call. It's like my life. My life is basically, ooh, that's a lot of yellow. My life is cooking very, like 10 minutes, cooking and eating within like 10 minutes, walking and being in the studio. It's pretty dreamy. And once in a while going out to get water, to go to my favorite restaurant in Sedona, to go to Chocolate Tree, and I've been enjoying the farmer's market on Sundays. So that's my new thing. Oh, this is charming. I actually needed to replace one for my dashboard, so this is going to go there. And I need to put flowers in that little pink vase to keep it fresh. She looks funny, but I like her. So I got my projector. I just spent a lot of money on projectors, so I better be painting big. I realized when I painted that one, there's one up above my head, and up one morning, I was like, give me that fat graffiti marker, and I went up there and I drew it, and I was like, it's not wide enough lines. It's actually pretty good. Like, I could just go freestyle on the wall, but why? Why stress yourself out? So I did get the projector, and I was disappointed, and I thought maybe I have to return it, but I'm like, no, I need that one for murals, and I need a different one. And there's so many projectors on the market, and there's so few information on them for artists. It's all about watching movies and and I'm like, it's not really for movies, although it's going to be about this big, and I'll have a tripod, and I could take it in the van. I could get a projector on a tripod, not a projector, a screen, and watch movies. That could be fun. Or I could watch movies in the house because I don't have a TV. Oompa Loompa, purple colored doobies with a flower on top of the head. I do. I just drew. It's funny that you said that. I just drew. Sorry, there's my head. That's funny. There's my head. There's my hair. You guys can check if there's grays. There's actually one that popped up in December. I have a gray. I have a silver. All right. I did draw the clearing squad today. This is why I'm like, I'm crazy for doing this analog artwork. It takes longer, but I'm not crazy because it's soulful. Feeling the paint, feeling the pen on the paper, on the wall. Like I love to draw on walls. I remember I used to get paid a lot of money to do murals on people's walls. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I'm getting paid to actually do something you were told not to do as a child. There's something about drawing on the wall, to me, that's the most satisfying of all of them. Okay, can you see them? So this I did in 5 minutes on the iPad. It's so fast. I need all of my doobies to kind of look. Maybe that's Amazon. They deliver so late here, it's startling. I'm waiting for an HDMI cable for the projector. So, yeah, it must be. So basically, they're graphic. The doobies are graphic. Look at, there's Tulsi. I also have hyacinth, who is a pale lavender flower. But I love the graphic, bold, luminescent nature of these. I love the graphic, bold, luminescent nature I can get on paper. And I've just discovered a way to get a bold, graphic, luminescent doobie on the wall. And I have not figured it out for canvas. I don't know that. I'm going to show you. You'll tell me what you think. I'll show you the two I did yesterday. I just gold leafed, put some gold leaf flakes on Jeffrey's. He can choose between the canvas one and the panel one. I think the panel needs something, so maybe we'll decide. You're silver now too? I have one. I can't say I'm silver. I could pluck it. Silver's beautiful. It's like being blonde. If you start engaging, you get a crown. Is that what happens? Like, why are you, Teresa, you got a number 1, and Teresa's number 1, and Lisa Marie's number 2, and Crystal's number 3, crown number 3. I guess we're just like queens. You guys are queen 1, 2, and 3. Tulsi. So this is me, you guys. These are my messages are coming through the doobie. So Lamona goes in and she's like, you got clutter. Daisy, you got clutter. You have too much clutter. That's why you can't fly. That's why you don't feel your happy, cheery self. It's cluttered. So Lamona comes in and cleans out. She's coming in to clean. And she's got her bucket and she's got a rag and she's got garbage bags and everything sparkles when she's done. But that's not enough. We need juniper. Juniper, along with giving me allergies, is really good to burn because when you burn it, it cleans negative energies. That's what the Native Americans used to do here, is they would burn it. So I burned juniper. They also would wear the berries around their neck to ward off evil spirits. I'm considering eating a couple next year for allergy season, eat a couple of berries every week and then use all this. Jeffrey Botticelli told me natural things to take, which I'll try next year. So Juniper, see the little smoke coming from her juniper, she goes in and she's like, the negative entities are leaving. They leave. They're scared of her. And then Rosie comes in because you guys know you detoxify, you clean, you get rid of negative things, but you got to add healthy flora. And Rosie's coming to add love and beauty. And she is coming to add romance. Like we have to romance our lives. But guess what? That's not enough. Oops. It's not enough. We have Tulsi. Now, Tulsi is the keeper of the hearth. She reminds me of the goddess Hestia, the keeper of the hearth and keeper of the flame. And if you practice what I call darifying, which every morning I make the bed, I fluff everything up, the sink is wiped, everything feels fresh, a little juniper, do my thing. I do a little thing every morning. If I don't do it and I left the house before doing it, I would feel really weird. But part of what that is devotion. I'm trying to get rid of those pink marks I made. Devotion and self-care and taking care of the hearth and the home, because regular maintenance will make sure none of that happens so that the whole clearing squad doesn't have to come again. Although regular spring once a year is fine, but negative energies don't land if you're constantly going through your home and darifying. Yes, bee pollen, they say, which bee pollen makes me feel weird. I couldn't have more than 2 or 3 pellets of bee pollen without feeling sick back in Venice. It gave me weird feeling. But bee pollen, honey from the area, next year, it's already going to be, at the end of March, the juniper season, allergy season is done. I suffered a lot. I do not I think my air filter was too close to my bed. I'm like, was it pulling particles past my nose? Because it was like just a couple feet away. I don't know. Oh, it ranks how many times you comment. Comment away. That's so fun. And don't forget the thumbs up and commenting after. Yeah, nobody needs to color. I gave up coloring my hair a few years ago. I was like, why did I always do that? Just for fun, like for change, but silver's beautiful. I'm learning about feng shui and I live in a very small home. Well, creative heart, that's okay if you can't reposition. There's always a feng shui cure. So what's a problem? Do you know that there's a feng shui problem? I can give you a cure. She's a ghost bead queen. Teresa, that's cool. I never heard of it called that. Bee pollen should help if I could eat it. Have you always been super organized? First of all, I've never been allergic to anything in my life. I've never had airborne allergies, so it's shocking. I've always been organized. I try. I have Virgo rising. My mom was an artist and messy. Everything was always clean and always smelled good. Fluffy white sheets and fluffy down comforters and beautiful, and made beautiful food. But she said, I don't want to be a house. I'd rather be creating than cleaning. Whereas my grandmother Sylvia, everything was perfect in her house. I never saw her move anything. My mom was like a rebel. And I grew up trying to tidy the house all the time. Like the kitchen, she just would have stuff shoved next to the microwave. I took out the microwave and then go back in. I would take out the little, I don't know, she had mail stuffed. And then years later, I would go into her closet and be like, Mom, you don't need this. You don't wear this. I'd make garbage bags full of stuff. And she's like, okay, thank you. And then it'd go into the garage and some of it would make its way in. So like, it's been a practice of mine. My little girl room, the stuffed animals and the dolls were like cutely arranged, and I always make it feel good wherever I am. I think that's I think less than it being super neat and perfect, it's more just like it has to feel good. So, yeah, they're made of dried juniper. So I have some beads, the dried beads. You have some you wear sometimes. Who drilled them? Because I have a whole bowl of beads, and I used to have, when I was a jewelry maker, metalsmither, I would had a drill bit, no problem. I would just drill the beads, drill things. I need them drilled because I would love to have a necklace of juniper beads, and I have them. Teresa, that's so cool. So you're Virgo, Mercury, so you're very logical, but you hate cleaning and organizing. It's a practice. I don't like to clean. Josephina comes and cleans. We do stuff together. I like to organize. I like to just make sure it's not cluttered. And somehow it always is. Like my friend Vicky was always like, how are you still decluttering? Like, what is there left? I'm like, I don't know. It's just my practice. It's kind of how my friend Michelle was like, it's how you soothe yourself. Like some people overeat, some people sleep, some people do stuff. You like fix your home. All right, let's go back to Daisy. I like them to have different skin tones. They're harder to see their faces when they have darker skin, but you can see. Okay, we got Daisy. She needs, and we got Slug. Little banana slug. The time passes so fast, you guys, when we do this Wednesday nights. I'm assuming you like it since you're showing up. I was like, is this like important? Is this important? Daisy doesn't always have a pink dress. Daisy usually has a blue dress, but for some reason I feel like it needs to be pink to pop. So today she's going to have an expansive, hot pink dress. She's me, by the way. Daisy's me. And so is Rosie. And I found out years later, they were my main characters, and years later, because I came up with these in 1998. They didn't quite look like this. They've evolved enormously throughout the years. But Rosie and Daisy, Rosie and Daisy. Rosie was the main. Guess what? My North Node is in Taurus. My North Node is Taurus, ruled by Venus, and the symbol's the rose. I was propelling myself into my North Node without knowing it. And then my North Node's Taurus in the 9th house of Sagittarius. Freedom, expansiveness, traveling. That's Daisy. So we're going to need to do a Rosie rock. Rosie rocks. Daisy rocks. We rock. I need the black. It has to dry. Then she gets eyes. The sun gets eyes. He needs little white dots in his eyes, but I need a very fine white. You love when I'm here? Peace train. Thank you for saying so, that I'm inspiring. It's important. You guys are connecting in, like you're showing up. It's like, I'll show up if you show up. And maybe people watch after. I see they get like a couple hundred views, which is small. I get way more on Instagram. But more isn't better. Quality's better. Nobody, like, this is some long form content. How long have we been on? Oh, it's only been 36 minutes. No, actually, I started 15 minutes earlier, so it's been an hour. But good news is I get to do it. I thought it was going to be a pain. I thought most times I don't want to have to show up, at any particular time, but this is enjoyable. And I got a little annoyed with the tech a couple times, but I persevered, and I think that's important. I think learning new things and persevering. I mean, now I know how to use this OBS system on the computer, and I know how to set up the cameras, and I know so much because I really wanted to do this. And when I learn the new projector, I'll have a whole new skill set that can only help for future creativity. That's a really good question. Am I traveling again soon? That's such a good question. We can all work this out. Yes. Well, I'm happy to stay put because I'm doing amazing creative work. Like, I'm enjoying diving into the Doobie universe. Come May 1st, there's an event called Meat Stock in Tennessee that I signed up for. I already bought the VIP ticket to stay with like the speakers, and and it's really awkward because May 1st to May 4th is Tennessee. And then May 9th, I need to be in New Jersey for my nephew's wedding, for the rehearsal dinner the 9th, and then the wedding the 10th. So that leaves like 4 days, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. It leaves me like 4 days to get to New Jersey. So I'm either I fly to New Jersey and I'm there kind of down the shore for longer than I need to be, or I drive from Tennessee to New Jersey in my van, which means that I need to drive from Sedona to Tennessee for the event. Easiest would be to just skip the event and just fly to New Jersey and fly home. The other way, according to how I roll, literally, in Vanny B, is it's going to take me 2 weeks to get to Tennessee. Okay, her eyes got a little weird, but we're gonna let that roll. She's cute. She needs a red heart somewhere. So I have to decide if I want to do the haul, which would be like a couple weeks. It would be like a 6-week adventure, which I found out from my last 6-week adventure, I could be in the van. Like I was like, oh, I could live in the van. But it's when you travel alone, if you're not going to visit people or stopping in places long enough to meet people, then you're alone a lot. And it gets a little bit like, whoa, a lot of driving. You wish somebody else was there driving with you. I handle things that go wrong in the van. It's okay. I don't know, you just figure it out. And it's fun, but it's more just like, do I want 6 weeks on the road, or do I want to... I love having my van because that means I have my bed, my bedding, my protein shakes, my supplements. Like, it's so cute. And it could be just another 6-week adventure. Maybe I do a 6-week van trip every year. I went from Sedona down to Yacumba Hot Springs, like down near the border near Mexico, up to the Klamath River. I was up near Oregon, and I did that whole thing by myself, and it was extraordinary. It was my first time doing something like that, so what I did learn was, in order to not be lonely, you need to go out for breakfast and dinner. Like, you can't, I make my own hot drink in the morning, I make my own food, but you have to go out, or else you're just... It's a lot of driving. And I would do it where I drove 3 or 4 hours a day, stayed a night or two each place. That's why to be at the event, I might need to leave April 18th. So I just take my time. So I'm either on a big road trip or I'm skipping something. I'm not skipping the wedding, obviously. So that's what's going on. That's the answer to traveling. So until then, if I decide to not go to the event in Tennessee, then I might take a little road trip before then and do doobies in the van. And I love going to Joshua Tree, and I love going to California. I loved Ojai. I love visiting my daughter. She's still that way. So you guys, we did rocks. This one, now that the black is dried, I can go closer to the border. She needs some more red excitement. Crystal says, I love how brave you are, Dara. I'm glad you're meeting cool people. Finally, like, you kind of have to get out of the house. But yes. It's new. There's so many nice people that I've been meeting. It's like shocking. Okay, we're going to give her a little tighter border. I don't think she needs a Venetian red halo. Looks a little... Do you see what I'm saying? She's got a border around her because I left it because the black wasn't dry yet. But now that it's dry, I'm going to go in tighter. What's the symbolism of prickly pear? I'm assuming it's self-evident, that self-explanatory. Prickly on the outside, but sweet on the inside. Like, take time, handle me carefully, and you will receive rewards. That just made me want a prickly pear margarita. I saw they have this, I went to Oak Creekside Diner. It's a beautiful restaurant. and they had this big container of prickly pears, I'm assuming soaking in alcohol, and it was so pretty and like so tempting. I don't really drink. Once in a while I'll have a mezcal or a little, like one shot, sip slowly of I don't believe alcohol is good for us, but once in a while I believe a little bit is can be medicinal. For me, I just say the juice of a cactus is medicinal. It's rare, but happens sometimes. Okay, this is so charming. I need to give her face a little lightness because it just looks a tad heavy. Like you can't see. Is this fine? Can I do it with this? No way, that's too big. Here's my, of course, this is how organized I am. This is my fine, these are fine skin tones. I have medium nib skin tones. Everything's so organized, you guys, it's crazy. I think that's gonna make her look like, oh no, it's not gonna work. It's too light. I want like a highlight for her. We'll see. We'll see what we got. Oh, that's a fat one. That does not belong in there. Maybe this one. So how are we doing? Yeah. Cancer North Node, content at home. That's perfect. You've been out in the world. Yeah, we just changed her whole face. And I did not need to do that because I really liked her how she was. Now she's pasty. Oh well. Yeah. I love prickly pear. Yeah, alcohol is not great. There's no alcohol I can drink except for a little bit of mezcal. It's weird. But I totally get it. I don't think people should drink. I don't think it's healthy. Nobody says it's healthy. Oh, I'm loving this. Love. She could use Sedona Mountains behind her, but it's going to make it a little complicated. She's going to get eyes. She could get a heart on her dress. Thank you for saying I'm brave. I don't know. It's like a freedom mobile and it's fun. And I loved when I finally got the hang of doing it for a long period of time. I met amazing people. You just have to you can't like be in like home. You guys know I make my drinks and my food at home and I do the same thing in the van. And that's the only thing you can't do all the time. Like that's just insane. You have to have chairs outside your van. So you're sitting outside. Depends the weather. There's ways to meet people, for sure. Oh, we need little eyes for the sun, and this one's done, and I'm rhyming. Did you guys have fun? Did we have a nice evening? The rest of my evening is going to be painting. Oh my God, adding this. The slug needs a smile. He always has a smile. Oh, this one's going on my dashboard. My dash. Is that too close? Can you? Wait. Oh, there we go. That's a cutie. I think the sun needs a smile too. Good for you guys. Yeah, like the way I have a sip, it's like I don't really act much different because it's so little. But people do. Oh, no. Daisy doesn't want a smile. Shoot. I don't want her to have a smile. It looks weird. I gotta fix that. She's smiling on the inside. Yeah, alcohol doesn't do good things for people. And the sun needs rosy cheeks. All these details. And I don't want to, it's funny, like if I want to meet someone, there's places to go. You go out to a bar, you eat at a bar, you go to a bar, one bar in town, wherever you go, you're going to meet someone who drinks. And my lifestyle isn't that. Like I don't mind it once in a while, but I don't want that to be my lifestyle. Excellent. Good for you, Crystal and Creative Heart. So you guys vote that I fly. Do I skip the event in Tennessee and just go to my brother's wedding and paint doobies until then? My brother wants big doobie canvases to have in his architect office in New Jersey, in Short Hills, New Jersey, because he wants to sell them, which is funny because my mom used to sell my paintings in Short Hills, New Jersey. They sold all of them. So I want to paint Danny some doobies, which canvas is so much easier, although my friend Jamal told me I can do the doobies digitally, get them printed on metal, and people can hang it in their homes, and it's brighter than anything. Like a giclée isn't as bright. I don't know that the doobies are where the canvas is charming. Beautiful. Let me show you and you guys can vote. Skip the driving. I think so too, because I think maybe you're right. Yeah, I met a really nice guy, like a really great, fun guy, but like beer on the regular is not the best fit. Hold on. Okay, so I think I was live on YouTube when I pulled out all these canvases and they had squares. I was just painting squares like a crazy person. And then I realized over the past few years, I've been trying to figure out how to combine the doobies with the watercolor squares. And I did some on paper and I saw that I collaged some doobies on. But I want to collage them. I want them painted on. Maybe I should show you what I did first. Hold on. Okay, you can look. That's silly. That's Theo. There's some gold leaf on it. I grommeted it. And I have little gold nails. So I painted this one for Jeffrey Botticelli, but I had struggled with the texture of the canvas because I need the bold. I might need to make his lines a little bolder, and then I might be happier with it. Is there a stock show in Tucson? What's there? Lisa, Marie. Yeah, beer on the regular isn't the right fit for me. You love this? It's so charming, right? It's so like storybook, but what stock show? Lisa Marie, email me. I don't check my emails if anyone's emailed me, but I will. I need to. I haven't checked in like 2 weeks. Okay, so where is, all right. You get the idea. This was the first one I did. Big. Maybe it's also like the texture of the canvas, because this texture feels a little smoother. This is unprimed that I gessoed a square on. So this is just a white gesso, and then I did a watercolory wash around the doobie. This one was just like a floor mat that I was walking on it, and I was like, oh, let me practice. And I did this, and that's luminous. I like her. And I didn't struggle so much, maybe because she's big. But when I was doing it little, I was struggling. Then we have, and I think this one's not done yet. I think this one needs more colors. But you can see how the board, this is cradle board, I gessoed it, one layer of gesso, sanded it, then did another layer of gesso. You can get them already primed, but mine wasn't. So I gessoed, thin layer, sanded, fine, and then gessoed again, and then I drew on it, and it's much smoother. So I asked on Instagram, most people voted that they like this. And then a few people like this better. I was like, which one do you guys like better? I don't know which one Jeffrey's gonna pick, but I feel like I made the gold leaf a little too big, but I can like do hearts on top of it. But anyway, look how pretty. This I struggled with because I was trying to get the projector to, and I hung this on the wall. I made nail holes, I hung it on the wall, and the whole thing ended up being a little bit too, you can't see, it ended up being a little bit hung, I would have put it a little higher up if I had more control. So I'm about to get a really nice projector to project onto canvases and boards. That's interesting that you like the canvas one. It's just a different vibe. Like it's just a different expression of the doobie. This feels like the digital doobies. But this one feels like soft and hard. I have a feeling Jeffrey's going to pick this one. What do you think? I don't know. This one feels really soulful, and this one feels more graphic and bold in Doobie Universe. But this one needs more color or something. And he's getting lost. So both of them need a fatter outline. Needs to go a little bolder. This one has a halo. This one, I think compositionally is better, but this one was like easier to do on the board. That's awesome. Thank you guys. So one and one, we got votes. Let's put a little. All right, so we got, we need eyes for Prickly. What's her name? Prickly Pear. What's her name? She needs like a name. She's in the Doobie deck, I think. I think Prickly, where's my glasses? Oh. Prickly Pear is in the Doobie deck. The soulful one. It's so charming. They're harder to do. So this will be like, if I do these, it'll be special. I'm glad you like them. I actually, now that I'm done, I really like it too. This one I traced. So the process of the other one was done on a projector, and it's not a fair shot to dislike that one. Nobody dislikes it, but it was done on a projector, and the projector was hanging over. I moved furniture, hung it. It was just very frustrating. This one was done, I drew in a sketchbook, tiny. Then I put it in Procreate, and I made the lines smooth so that I could print the paper and then put graphite paper. Remember, this was all white. So I put the printed image of the Doobie and underneath the graphite paper, and I traced it and got a faint line on here, drew it in black, then did the colors. So this one, it was just a different process. And a little trickier with the paint, but Prickly Perry. You like how this one's framed out, or the other one? This is number one. His name is Theo. Theobromine Cacao. This one is Theo also. I don't know. He needs something else. Like, he needs more color. So I don't think he's done. I like the square. You like this, the framed. Me too. So maybe I'll do, that's normally what I do, is I have a border or boundary around the Doobies. So I'm practicing. It's like you have to, so much work goes into like figuring out your rhythm and what you're going to do and trying different things. It's like, it's endless and fabulously endless, because I get to be with the paints and the Doobies and trying things, and nothing's ruined. Like, maybe won't be the best ever, or the ones that will hang in shops or people's homes or wherever they're going. But they will still be original Doobie Universe, and they're special. I like them all. I never met a Doobie I didn't like. So if she needs, so you see how she must have the rosy cheeks. There's certain rules for the Doobies. There's rules. They can't, that they always have to have the rosy cheeks. I have to wait till the black dries, because the red will blend with the black. Now you're starting to like number one, but first like number two. I think what you're picking up for number two is that I had an easy, smooth time doing it, and it should be, the Doobies do better on a flat surface. Technically, they do. I feel like it needs something. Maybe less of something. It's got a lot of cacao beans. They're like, and it's the vanilla bean. He always puts vanilla in all of his chocolate, so it's a magic vanilla bean wand. It needs something. I think one more color. Maybe that's too bright. Maybe it's this. Can we cover this? I think this hot pink, maybe too pink. I don't know. It doesn't feel done to me. You never met a Doobie you didn't like either? Well, it's funny that I'm happy you guys like the canvas one, because at first I was like, no, but my whole mission for these is to be able to roll them up, grommet them, and all you guys have to do, and they're going to come with little gold nails, the perfect gold nails, and all you have to do is hang it on your wall. And if you're moving or traveling and you want to take it with you, like, that's the art I want to make. I don't want to make art that's cumbersome. I don't want it framed behind glass with the frame. I'll deal with the panel boards because that's like a sturdy thing to ship. And when they're small, certainly not hard to move. But it's very Daisy of me to want the art to be transportable, if that's a word. So this is transportable, and I have a lot of these canvases that I'm now going to paint thanks to you guys liking it. You're the first ones to see it. I think I showed it. I don't know if I showed it. Yeah, I showed it like this on Instagram I did the gold leaf last, but there's something about the gold leaf on the canvas and the watercolory background. I'm going to make him a little bit bolder. And she's done. So we did. And then what I like to do is write the Doobie Universe on the back, if it's one I'm giving away, so they can find .com, which I have to get active. My .com. Yeah, I've done book bags. I would have to have them printed, but I've drawn on bags. I had a business when I was much younger in New York City called Baby I'm Yours, and I hand painted baby clothes, little onesies. Watercoloring, no one was doing it. I made it look like little watercolor black outlines with little peas in the pod, bunnies, but like they kind of look Doobie-like. And I painted them with a special paint that made it translucent, so it didn't look like flat paint. I guess I never really liked flat paint. This gives translucency, and I think my next panel board, I'm going to make it more translucent. So I have some work to do. Let's add her cheeks. I like that Doobie Canvas book bags, baseball hats, decals for your wall, your car. If I stick with them digitally, I can do merchandise. If I'm painting analog like this, I probably won't be. She's charming. I like to have a little glitter on her. How can I do that? I don't have a little glitter. I have glittery pens somewhere. Oh, what are you doing there? That doesn't go. Please don't go here. What am I looking for? The glittery pens. Where would I put them? I haven't sat at my desk. I've been up painting. This is the first time I'm sitting here. I have another desk set up for my painting and acrylic markers. Let's see. Well, no worries. We don't have to worry about the glitter, although that would have been fun. They're here. I know they're at this desk, so I'm going to look one more time. Yeah, they're right there at the top drawer. I knew they were here. Okay, so these are weird pens that I don't know where I got. I ordered so many weird things. Pentel. Okay, Pentel dual metallic brush. They're crazy sparkly. How am I going to give her sparkle? Red heart. Let's try the red heart. Oh, we forgot about this little pink. Well, there could be more kindness rocks. Rock painting. Oh, yeah. It's funny. Just a little glitter can make a girl so happy. I'll show you. I actually have glitter that I was thinking of playing with soon. It's very messy. But I could glitter a rock put glitter on it. And then if you seal it, it's not going to get all over everybody's everything. Okay, she's a little sparkly there. Let's give her dress a little gold. My mom always said, take it up a notch. That's why I think the other painting's not done. It's not quite done. And maybe it's just a practice painting. Oh, she's glowing now. I don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah, you can see. You see? Her hair, the dress, and the heart. My early business, Baby I'm Yours, it was so cute. I registered in New York, and it was my first little business. So Doobie, I used to show, I had a booth at art fairs in New York City, like on Columbus Avenue or 3rd Avenue, and I set up the booth and hang the clothes. Doobie Art Kit. What would be the Doobie Art Kit? What would be involved in that? Because I definitely could do a coloring book. That would be easy. You guys could print them at home. Oh, I love her. Sometimes I fall in love with them and it's hard to part with them until I'm in an emergency situation and I must give one, and then it's got to go. But these two, what do you want? A coloring book or a Doobie Rock? I'll paint a bunch and then I can do a giveaway. I don't know how we'll know who wins, but these are, there's something about that blue that makes me so happy with the Doobies. Ah, Daisy needs sparkle. That's not fair. Come on. Let's do it. She's going to have sparkly hair. And they're going to get a coat of sealant. I'll probably, did you guys know if you use gloss medium? A lot of different companies make it. I use Golden. If you use a gloss medium or gloss Mod Podge, you guys know what that is, it's going to make the colors more vibrant. It makes it shiny, but it makes the colors more vibrant. If you use a matte medium, the whole thing is matte and cool looking, but it dulls the colors a little bit. So I just found out, and I haven't tried it, but you can paint gloss to get the colors vibrant, and then if you don't want it shiny, do matte over and it will still stay vibrant. That's just crazy to me. I did not know that. Did you follow any of it, what I just said? I made her, now she has like a tangerine colored dress because I added gold. That's very true spring colors. And I can make it pink again, but I like it. She's happy. I'm going to color the hearts with some glitter pen. Pentel Dual Metallic Brush. They're really fun. I've had them for a long time and they're still really juicy. Red cheeks. Pop the cheeks. Yeah. Show how to create. I want you guys to draw doobies. Show how to create doobie art so a group of artists could get together and have a doobie art kit night of art and fun. So would I be showing how to draw them so you could draw your own? Because I've had people, like grown people, be like, I want to draw one. I'm like, draw one. Here's how you draw it. So I guess I would show how you draw it, make a video. Here's how you draw a doobie. Here's the rules of, to guidelines, let's say. Here's how the guidelines of how to draw a doobie, and then how to color it in. That's so cute. But I don't know what will come in the art kit. I like the idea. I'm just want maybe like the right colors, like a curated doobie palette. You like the color of the dress. It's tangerine. Yeah, I liked it pink. There could always be another one with pink, or I could always go over it or put pink dots, but I'm pretty happy with her. No complaints. Daisy's happy. And then when it's all dry, you have to wait till it's completely dry. Then you do a clear coat. I'm going to use gloss medium, and then they'll just be shiny little rocks, and you guys can picture these on my dashboard. More to come. I like that idea, Crystal. Like, we have to talk about that because I want to have doobie nights. I want that. I want that. All right. I think that's it for now. Did we do good? I think we did well. I think we had fun. I think we did rocks. We have 2 more to add to our collection. I'm going to give him another outline. And I'm actually going to start another one. I really am so amazed because the analog takes so much more time than digital, but it's like, I don't know, it feels so soulful. If you just get a black outliner and some of these doobie colors, next week I'll show you how to draw a doobie. How about that? I mean, you could try and copy them. I need to do my Instagram. There is a page called the Doobie Universe, Doobie, and I'm going to start putting content there, but please feel free to draw a doobie. The doobies love you. Ah, okay. The right pen, the right paper, an instruction booklet, and a few watercolor markers. That would be amazing. Oh, doobie art kit, and you draw them yourself. Did you know you can trace using a window with light? Like, if you want to get, you don't need to know how to trace. I like this idea, a kit of pens, paper, and an instruction booklet. I really cheered up this doobie fan. I'm so glad. I was like, am I doing this? What do we have, like 12? We get 12 people. It doesn't matter. It's our fun. And yeah, it's my pleasure. So big hugs. And we help each other. Now I know not to drive to New Jersey. I should be flying. We'll decide if I'm going to the event in Tennessee. Just flying to my brother's will be easier, but I thought it would be cool to go. But I don't know. You know what's cool about these right now, actually, which will change the second I seal them. So right now, the doobies are shiny and the background's matte. And I actually need it to stay that way. So I'm going to be a little extra with this. And I'm going to do glossy just where I'm going to take a little brush and do glossy just where the doobies are and the rock here and the heart. And then I'll paint matte medium around it. Same thing. I need the doobies to be shiny. That's what I'm going to be doing on the wall for murals and canvases, is have the doobie shiny and everything else matte. Yeah, well, that's what my friend Jamal was like. We should have people here and just, there's a lady I saw in Switzerland. She has her art and she has an art gallery for her art. And on Saturdays for like 3 hours, she has people come and they bring their sketchbooks and whatever they want to draw with. And everybody hangs out and has croissants and coffee. And they support each other. And I think, and it's free. And I would love to do that. And my friend Jamal's like, let's do it. I'm like, maybe we'll do it. I used to take art classes in the summer as a kid. The Doobie Art Kit reminds me of the time in the 70s. It was just so 70s. I'm a child of the 70s. All right, you guys, I love you. I'm glad we had some little doobie fun and inspo. And I will see you soon for sure. Next week, Wednesday at 7. I think it's a fine time. Get together. Get your little drawing group together. Okay? We could always do an online one. I can see your doobies. I will write, I think what I need to show is the bare minimum, like 6 colors to get, and what liner to get, and any paper, sketch paper, drawing paper, and we can have a doobie drawing session with us. I love you too, Crystal. OG, Crystal. Do art now. Let's bring back the 70s. It's needed. This is really needed. So if anybody needs to know, anybody who's watched this or is here, who needs to know what to get in order to do a doobie on paper, because for next week I'm going to compile exactly what liner to get and what color markers. How's that? I'm going to see you guys soon. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Happy night.